Hello and welcome to EGW Writings Tech Tips. I'm your host, Darryl Thompson. Thank you for joining us today in another of our series on learning how to use the EGW Writings 2 app on the iPad. Now, what I'm going to be showing you today is something that's super important if you like to have your content backed up and be able to use it not just, say, on your iPad, but maybe on your iPhone or even on your MacBook. And if you use any of those extra devices, then EGW Cloud becomes a complete necessity. Now, what EGW Cloud enables you to do, it enables you to back up your study center, your notes, your bookmarks, and your highlights, but including so, you can back up my library and your history and your listening history, and also the books that you have downloaded to your device. All that takes place in EGW Cloud. Now, if you have an iCloud account or and some type of device that you use to back up your content on from your laptop, maybe you use Dropbox or something else, that means that your content is not stored just on your device, but it's also stored out in the cloud. Now, I have open here in front of me the EGW Writings 2 app on my iPad. And to sign into EGW Cloud, you need to click on the little tiny sandwich icon in the top right-hand corner, and you can see that I am signed in here. So I have my name showing up, Darryl Thompson. That means I have signed into my EGW Cloud account. Now, if you tap on this, it will come up and ask you whether you want to sign out. And if you're not signed in, it'll ask you to sign in. And I won't go through that process because that's in a different video. You just got to check that your name is there. Now, once your name is there, you can check that the syncing is actually working by tapping on the study center here. And you notice that it's synced, and you saw when you drag down that it synchronizes. So you know that that is synchronizing. Now, in here, it also backs up your history. It also backs up the My Library reading history. And so if we back to here, and I open up my books, you can see all my history here, all backed up. And if I am over in here and I come down into listening history, it also backs up all of my listening history into EGW Cloud. And then it also backs up all of my, I need to come back over to Outer Study Center, back to the settings, and see here, Download Manager. It backs up all of the books as well that I have downloaded. So that's all the different components that are stored in EGW Cloud. Now, it's very useful if I pick up my iPhone here beside me, and let's say I open up my history. So here's my history, and I open up the history here on my iPhone. If I change the view so you can sort of see by thumbnails, you can see here that the history matches on my iPad and on my iPhone. If I come into my library, so let me just come back over here, go to my library, and I'll backtrack here to the books in my library. You can see that these also, it's updating and it's in sync. So you can see how it was quickly updating there. And now through the EGW Cloud, I have my iPad and my iPhone in sync together. And that is the beauty of being able to have both the content of your listening history. I can also show the content syncing of my listening history. So I'll just track back over here, go to my listening history, track back here, go to my listening history, and you can see that I have the exactly the same content on both devices. And that is the beauty of EGW Cloud, where you can have all of your content synced between, say, your iPad, your iPhone. You can have it also synced on your computer and your laptop. Fantastic. Absolutely one of the best things that I like to be able to have and do, and that is sync my content. Now, it's not only useful just for that. It's also useful, let's say that you want to get a new device, and you have got your new device and you want to get all this content across onto that new device. Just sign into EGW Cloud with the same account and everything just gets automatically synced to it as soon as you sign up. So that has a second benefit. If you are also, let's say, you lose your device, heaven forbid, then it enables you to quickly not lose all that content that you used to have on your phone. You can quickly go buy a new device if you're able to afford it, and then sign back into your EGW Cloud account, and all your notes, bookmarks, highlights, listening history, reading history, all magically comes back again. But you've got to remember, you must sign into EGW Cloud with the same account, and you must make sure that you're online for the backup and syncing process to occur. If you're not online, if you're offline here, then it doesn't work. All right, well, thanks for joining us in another episode of EGW Writings Tech Tips. I'm your host, Daryl Thompson. Have a nice day.